It started a little late, but school is here and everyone is excited. We've got all of your first day action. Plus, Tara Cox checks in to show us all of the construction projects you might have missed over the summer. Let's go inside Vancouver Public Schools. Live it up, live it up, live it up, live it up. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm Nick Bull. We have lots of fun stuff for you from the first day of school, and we'll get into all of that in just a minute. But first, let's do our top three. These are our three favorite social media posts, and number three comes from the Foundation for Vancouver Public Schools. They teamed up with the school district's Family Community Resource Centers to offer pop-up food pantries. With school not in session, many local families lost access to resources they need to keep their students full and ready to learn. Great job by the VPS team to organize these pop-up events all over town. And our number two comes from the first day of school. Sam Pike tweeted out this photo of her little one all dressed up and ready to learn at Washington Elementary. As this young man proves, it always helps to look your best on the very first day of school. And our number one comes from the mother of a kindergartner at Salmon Creek Elementary. She says, so excited to hear about this guy's first day of kindergarten. She said later on Facebook that he had a great day, so that's really great to hear. That photo, obviously a precious memory for both mother and student. And it took a little while, but the first day of school finally arrived. And as usual, it was a mix of excitement and nerves. We stopped by Washington Elementary to watch as parents sent their little ones off to class. Washington, as you might know, has a walking school bus, so most students arrive on foot each morning. Of course, on the first day, mom and dad usually tag along. We saw lots of photos taken, lots of hugs, and a few tears. When the first bell of the year rang, teachers were on hand to walk their kiddos into the classroom and start the learning. And even if they're too cool to admit it, it's an exciting day for middle schoolers too. We checked in at Thomas Jefferson Middle School, where there's a big change this year. There's an undeniable buzz in the air as students wait for the first bell at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. It's the first day of school, and that means reconnecting with friends, figuring out where to go, and saying goodbye to mom and dad. Like many sixth graders, Lainey is feeling
excited and kind of nervous.
It's her first day at Jefferson, and she's not alone. It's also the first day for new principal, Luke LeCount.
I'm certainly more anxious than I am nervous.
Mr. LeCount was an administrator at Skyview High School, and before that, a teacher at Jason Lee Middle School.
Kind of that pure energy and excitement that they still have at this age is exciting. It's you can kind of feel it throughout the building.
This is his first opportunity to be a principal, and he's already noticed a difference.
The extra weight of feeling the pressure to have answers for everything is much different.
But he's ready for it, bringing with him a plan and 2 points of emphasis.
We want high quality instruction every day and an intentional climate and culture.
Jefferson is a positive place to be.
Just to keep an overall climate of positivity is, I think, essential, and we've got it here.
Students understand the importance of having a good principal.
Because they're in charge of the school, and they run the school basically.
With your problems, you can either solve them out with your friends or something, but usually you should go to your principal if something's happening. And if they're not a good principal, then I guess
they won't take you seriously.
Yeah, they won't take you seriously.
Mr. LeCount recognizes he is accountable to everyone in the building.
We want every student and staff member, when they walk through the doors, know that this is a safe, predictable environment.
And as the bell rings, students enter the building full of hope for a new year. Hope that's matched by the staff and the school's new principal.
We all want this to go really well. People invest their heart, energy, and lives into this work, and we want this to be a great experience for everybody, staff and students and families that send their children here every day. So.
Mr. LeCount is just the third principal in Jefferson's history, and he says he's honored to be among their ranks. As you know, the start of school was delayed a few days as the school district and teachers union negotiated a new contract. There are a couple of things parents need to know about their child's schedule. First, as negotiated in the contract, the school year will include 31 early release days. Every Monday, school is out 40 minutes early so that teachers can have time for professional development. Now, there are a couple of exceptions to that, so make sure you check your child's school calendar. The other change is that the missed school days have been added back to the calendar. They are January 25th, which was part of the semester break, also at the end of the year, June 14th, 17th, and 18th. The first day of school is not only exciting for kids and teachers, but for district-level administrators too. We caught up with Superintendent Dr. Steve Webb at Houck Elementary. Dr. Webb visited several sites alongside School Board member Rosemary Fryer. At Houck, they got a personal tour from Principal Steve Vance. This is an annual tradition for the superintendent and the board, who love to get into the classroom and see the work happening inside. They, like teachers and parents, are glad that class is back in session.
The first day of school, spending time in classrooms and schools, really is just about welcoming people back to the school community. There's so much joy and excitement and hope for the school year.
Every school in the district got a visit from an administrator and a board member to welcome students and staff back for another year. And because he can't greet every employee personally, Dr. Webb shares an annual welcome back video. This year, in addition to a greeting from the superintendent, the video focuses on the special relationship between staff and students. It's an inspiring look at how any adult in a school building can have an impact on kids. You can see the video at the end of this episode, or you can check it out online on the district's YouTube page or Facebook page. The start of the school year also means the start of fall sports, and you can watch at home thanks to VPS Game Time. That's the school district's sports broadcasting program, which features every Vancouver school. The fall schedule includes football and volleyball. VPS Game Time is an extracurricular program for the district's video production students who get real-life experience as they pursue careers in television or film. You can see all of these broadcasts on Comcast Channel 328 or online at the school district's Facebook and YouTube pages. Time now for a Reschools update, the latest on construction projects paid for with your bond dollars. And just because school was out this summer didn't mean work wasn't getting done. Joining us now to show some of the projects happening at local schools is Tara Cox. Tara?
Thanks, Nick. The first big milestone came just a couple of days after school let out, as students and staff broke ground on a new Ogden Elementary School. Student leaders were given the honor of the ceremonial groundbreaking, planting their shovels and moving the first dirt in the project. Dozens of families and community members turned out to cheer them on. The new school is slated to be open at the start of the 2019 school year and will be larger than the current building to handle the increased student population. The kids we spoke to were excited about having more room in which to learn.
It's going to be bigger because there's going to be more kids.
This one is still kind, but I really want more and more kind people.
I'm excited about the library.
Why?
Because it's going to be very big. There's going to be beanbag chairs. There's going to be a lot of books to read, and I like reading a lot.
Of course, the new building is made possible by voters who approved a bond measure in 2017.
When voters say yes and commit to projects like this, they're also showing their support, that they have trust in the Vancouver Public Schools, they have faith in the educators that work there, and that they also have that same belief that in order to better our future, we need to make sure we educate our children.
Thank you, Vancouver!
Currently, about 150 students are in portables, so this will put kids back into the main building. After Ogden's new building is open, the old building will be used as a temporary campus for Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary, which will also be getting its own new school building. Construction has also begun over at the McLaughlin Middle and Marshall Elementary campus. The new school buildings are going up directly between the old ones. The new campuses will share a common space in the middle when they're done. It's a long process, but the schools are scheduled to open next year for Mac and the following year for Marshall. After students move in, the old Marshall building is slated to become the new home for Leaser School. One major project is nearly completed. That's the installation of turf athletic fields at 4 high schools. We stopped in at Columbia River High School for a soccer practice. With several state championships, the Chieftains are one of the best soccer programs in Washington, and now they have a field that reflects that. The new turf at Chieftain Stadium not only looks nice, but it improves student safety during play. That's a lesson one athlete learned the hard way when she was playing on the old grass surface.
Actually, during a game, no one was around me. I was just sprinting and I stepped in a broken sprinkler hole and I sprained my ankle really bad, on crutches for 2 weeks, and couldn't play soccer for 5 to 6 months. And it was brutal. So we won't have that problem here.
The students we spoke to recognize that they have voters in their community to thank for the new playing surface.
I would say thank you. It's a huge blessing to have the turf. Not a lot of people get this. You know, as a high school, I mean, there's some like colleges that don't get this nice of a turf. So I would say thank you.
The girls soccer team and the boys football team will play their games on the turf, as well as community groups. Skyview, Fort Vancouver, and Hudson's Bay all receive new turf fields as well. A different kind of surface went into several locations as parking lots at a number of school sites were repaved. This footage is from Hudson's Bay High School, whose asphalt was way overdue for repaving. It wasn't the only school that got a much-needed parking improvement, all thanks to voters. The playground improvement projects happening all over the district are still underway. It began in the spring and continued all summer, with several sites seeing safer playground surfaces and other improvements. The projects aren't done yet, with so many elementary schools in the district, but the team is working its way through the project sites. There are so many things happening across the district, but you can keep track of it all on the website, vansd.org/reschools. We have timelines, links, videos, and a whole lot more. We'll also have updates right here on Inside VPS for you throughout the year. Nick, back to you.
Thank you, Tara. A huge event at Hudson's Bay High School drew a couple thousand people and helped prepare kids for the start of the school year. The Go Ready Readiness Festival, an annual event, offered families access to free clothes, shoes, haircuts, all kinds of services, and even a free lunch. The festival is put together by the district with the cooperation of dozens of community partners. The line wraps around the school building, so we asked one mom why she brought her family out.
I like to support the school district, and I have 5 children that go to the school, and I thought it was really cool that they would have an event like this for everybody. It really brings the community together, you know, so everybody can come out, get ready for school, and just get excited for the new year.
If you missed the Go Ready event but still need assistance for your student, it's not too late. If your school has a family community resource center, start there. If not, just ask at the front desk and they can help set you up with the district's mobile FCRC team. When you think of school district employees, you generally think of teachers, right? But there are other people in our schools who work behind the scenes in places the public doesn't generally see. This next story is about one of those people who is working hard before most of us get up and who struck up an improbable mentorship with a student. Brent Pike is an early riser.
I usually start at 5.
He knows just about everything there is to know about swimming pools, and it's his job to keep the school district's 2 pools in tip-top shape.
I do like chem checks, I vacuum the pool, I hose down decks, make sure the building is looking good and nothing's falling apart.
It's 1 part elbow grease and 1 part chemistry.
So basically, if it starts turning pink, it'll show me that I have chlorine in the pool.
It's way more complicated than you'd think, and if he's doing it right, nobody notices.
That's my job, is to make people have fun, which is pretty cool, you know?
But one day, somebody did notice. Joey Golfany.
Joey. Oh, Joey.
Joey is a student at the Gatehouse, which helps students with developmental disabilities learn life skills before they enter the adult world.
What kind of things do you do?
Tables, chairs, mopping.
Joey helps with lunch at iTech Prep, where students eat in the atrium next to the pool at the Jim Parsley Center.
I'd be in here like vacuuming or doing something with the pool, and he'd stare at me, and I'd hose the window down and, just have fun with him.
Joey is working on social skills.
When he first came to me, he didn't talk at all. He wouldn't even walk through a crowd of students.
Brent pitches in on lunch duty too, and soon a friendship blossomed.
He was really quiet in the beginning, like really quiet. And I kind of just, was having fun with him.
After a while, Joey came out of his shell.
Him and Brent are good buds. They sit and talk and chit-chat and tease each other.
I mean, he's just come so far with communicating with us and having fun and laughing, and it's really been great.
Brent says it goes both ways.
I just thought I was in my fishbowl here, and was kind of left to my own devices.
With a little encouragement, Brent now tries to engage with ITech prep students at lunchtime.
When Joey's here, he brings that out in me. You know, he brings out my outwardness, you know, to say hi to the kids, because he doesn't care. He's like, hey, how you doing? And, you know, they talk back to him, and it's kind of neat.
Last spring, Joey graduated from the program at Gatehouse, leaving with newfound abilities and confidence, and a friend.
Joey's just a special dude. I mean, once you meet him, you'll know. He's a cool dude.
If you want to learn more about the GATE program and the great work it does to prepare young people for their futures, check out vansd.org/GATE program. There's information on the program plus an application for students. Time now for the big picture, our favorite image from social media. This one comes from Crystal Reed, whose daughter started her first day of kindergarten. As you can see, it was all a bit too much, and she fell asleep, crayon in hand. Full day kindergarten is a big step for kids, and I'm sure she'll be up to speed in no time. Her mom reports that after her cat nap, her day definitely improved. Let's take a look at what's happening across Vancouver Public Schools, and although it's a bit out there, it is important to get on your seniors' radar. The Future U event is all about showing kids options after high school. That includes college, trade schools, the military, careers, and more. That event is on October 25th, 5 p.m. at Hudson's Bay High School. And that's it for us, the end of our first show of the new school year. We will be back with more news from across the school district throughout the year. For Tara Cox and our director Ian Southworth, I'm Nick Vole. Thanks for watching and have a great school year.